said, "Happy birthday. You look great." And I want to start this out tonight by saying emphatically, this is not my 100th birthday. Maybe close. It really was an honor to be able to initiate a scholarship fund from the Realtor Association. But it couldn't have been done without the business community, my friends and individuals that participated in this. All of them have shown me what it is to give and the value of giving back to the community. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart for everybody that was so generous to contribute to that scholarship fund. Thank you. Special thanks to my family for being so supportive in everything that I get involved in. Patty keeps reminding me that I don't get paid. I think that I do, and I will continue to serve as long as she continues to work. Thank you for my son John for being the MC. I think he did a great job, and thank you so much. Thank you to my son Todd, who's here from California, who owns a large court reporting business and took off time to come here and come to this installation. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sharon, and all of your staff for the wonderful job that you continue to do at the association. And a special thanks to Hilda Beck, who put this whole thing together. And who has done a wonderful job of adapting to my whimsical requests. Thank you, Hilda. My installation committee, thank you so much. You all know that being a part of this association is a tremendous opportunity. Think about it. We're 2,000 strong. We offer each one of you at the association an opportunity to continue to learn, continue to hone your skills, to continue to get better at what you do in serving this great community. The association, being part of this association also means that you're part of TreePack. When you think about TreePack, I want you to think about the protection of private citizens' property rights. TreePack does a tremendous job. Our association fights tooth and nail to protect those rights. And in addition to that, they also fight to protect your business rights. You need to get involved. Nothing happens without your involvement. It starts at the local level, and you have to get involved. If you want to protect your business, if you want to protect private citizens' property rights, get involved. Tonight I want to talk about three things. The first one is about disruption and how it impacts your business. The second is about school outcomes and why you ought to be concerned about them. And the third one is about my vision of Realtor Strong and what it means to me and what it means to the association. And I think when I'm done here tonight, you will see that that is something that is to your benefit. Disruption means uprooting and changing how we think and behave and how we do business. Disruption displaces an existing market industry and produces something new and more efficient and worthwhile. It is at once destructive and creative. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Orlando, Florida, and I needed to get from my hotel to a convention. I look like Marco Rubio here. A couple of weeks ago, I was in Orlando, Florida, needing to get from my hotel to the convention site. And what I do, I pulled out my iPhone, I opened my Uber app, tapped it, and up comes the request of where I want to go. I put in the information, and immediately I get a price to what it's going to cost me and how long it's going to be before they pick me up. Wow, that's amazing. When I say okay, I see a little silhouette of a car as it travels to come and pick me up and how long it's going to take before it gets there. That is disruption of the taxi cab business, who had an old-time model that thought it would never be disrupted, but it was, by somebody that came up with an idea of how to create something that was more efficient, cost-effective, and simpler to use. Think about our business. We have an old-time model that has hardly had any changes in it. How many people are out there today thinking of how they might disrupt our industry? Now, do I think that we're going to be displaced by an app or by technology? No, I don't. But what I do think is that agents that don't see changes coming and are not prepared are going to be disrupted and going to be displaced by agents and brokerage that see this coming and are prepared for the changes at hand. I want every one of you in here to be those that see what's coming down and that are prepared to do your business more efficiently and never to be disrupted. When you look at what Uber did to the taxi cab business, and when you look at what Airbnb has done to the accommodation industry, which is part of our industry, there has been a disruption. It's been a disruption that simply involved things that were easier to do. Essentially, both of those are simply a platform. Yet Uber is the largest taxi cab provider in the world. They own no taxis. They hire no drivers. Airbnb, one of the largest disruptors of how accommodations are made, owns no real estate. Our business is ripe for disruption. I don't think it's a matter of if it's going to happen, it's a matter of when. And are we going to be involved in that, or are we going to sit on the sidelines and watch it happen? There is something that realtors have that will never be displaced if we don't allow it to, and that is the experience that the client has in the transaction. Think about it. Only you can enhance the experience that a client has during the transaction. See, clients don't really care. They really don't care about how many awards you have won. They don't care even if you're a mega producer. But what they do care about is how efficient are you at technology to give them the communication the way they want it and the information that they want when they want. That's what they are looking at. And they are also going to judge the quality of the transaction by the ultimate experience that they experience. And you are the essence of that experience. They want us to be competent in technology. We have to understand that from the get-go. If you are good at technology, if you are good at enhancing the experience, and you start out with good real estate skills, you will never be displaced, in my opinion. I see an association that plays a vital role in making sure that you are prepared for the future, that you don't allow things to come down the pike that you were not aware of. Our association has a responsibility and an opportunity to create that environment where that never happens to you. We need to have an association that is talking about innovative technology, that understands that things are changing, and understands that we need to be at the cutting edge of what is happening and of the knowledge that requires for us to maintain a competitive edge. I see an association that is at the forefront at tapping in to your knowledge, to your experiences, to what you see happening, to what is vital to you, and then providing you the platform where you can take advantage of learning those skills. It's not about the association coming up with the ideas, it's about you. It's about the association going out and tapping into your vision of what you want the association to offer so that it is more relevant in your business. I see an association that leads the way for each one of us to become Realtor Strong. Being successful today, in today's business world, requires assertiveness, grit, bold vision, coupled with taking action. You know, when I first got started in this industry, I was told that I had to go out and learn how to work for sale by owners. That was the magic, they told me, and they were very tough to work, but if you master that, you'll be great. So I decided that that's what I would do. I went out and I started knocking on doors. And I remember knocking on this door one day, and this lady opens the door a little bit, points her finger at me and says, "I know you're a realtor. I hate realtors, and I especially hate you. I want you to eat poison and die." I went home and I told my wife what had happened, and I just told her, "I don't care if that's your mother. I'm never going back to that house again." It took grit for me to come back and say, "I can do this." But follow me into the second grade classroom of Mrs. Montoya, who has just given an assignment to her second graders. And the assignment is, I want you to draw a picture of something that will be new to us. So all the kids are busy drawing. And Miss Montoya walks around the room, and she gets to the back of the room and she sees this young lady, this little second grader, this beautiful little girl with lots of dark hair and big brown eyes and wearing glasses, and she's busy writing, drawing, and the teacher says, "Maria, what are you drawing?" And the little girl is busy drawing, and she looks up and she says, "I'm drawing a picture of God." And the teacher says, "Oh, I don't think anybody knows what God looks like." And the little girl says, without skipping a beat, "They will in a moment." That is vision. That is vision, having vision. And not letting anything stop you from reaching that vision. I want you to all look at your program and look at the logo of Realtor Strong. And Scott, that is not a silhouette of you. That is really a silhouette of my best friend, Richard Castro. I want you all to look at that Realtor Strong logo. That's my vision of what I see as one of the priceless values you bring to the community. And it all starts with knowledge of what is going on in this city. Then the willingness to invest your time, your influence, and yes, your money to make a difference. When you as realtors are a catalyst for the betterment of your community, your value exponentially goes through the roof. If you look at the logo, you will see that realtors are impacting education, which impacts economic development and winds up being reflected in a strong real estate market, and that benefits you, your family, and the community. When that sequence of events takes place, you see the possibilities and the strength of being Realtor Strong. Look closely at how the logo depicts an effort that circles back to benefiting you. To me, That seems the way the universe works. You have to give before you get. Let me say that again. You have to give before you get. Yes, the theme of 2017 is Realtor Strong, but it's about you. I know you list and sell homes. This is bigger than that. It's about your ambassador status for this community. It's about the value added, the knowledge, the unique knowledge, and the action that you are capable of bringing to the table. This is what makes you priceless and indispensable, not only in the real estate arena, but to your community. To me, Realtor Strong means you recognize the dynamicness and the impact our community and the impact that the community and the city has on small businesses like yours. You understand the economic vibe in the city. You understand, listen to me carefully, you understand how household incomes in the city keep many families from ever participating in the American dream, that of owning a home. You understand that in El Paso, the price of everything continues to go up, but wages do not keep pace. And you ask yourself why. You are in a position to know the ins and outs of what's going on in our community. You have the capacity to be one of the most important components of knowledge to your clients and to the community at large. Because you see it from the ground up. It means that you have your finger on the pulse of the community. And let me turn your attention for a minute to education and help you answer part of the question why wages don't go up as fast as prices and how that impacts you, your family, your business, your community. I'm just using these years as starting points. It doesn't end and it doesn't start with these years. But in 2003, 2004, and 2005, there were approximately 14,000 8th graders in our region. Each year, 14,000 8th graders. When you fast forward 11 years, that's allowing 5 years for completion of high school, and an additional 6 years. Only 17% of those students have received any post-high school education, including trade school or any certificate, 2-year college or 4-year college. That is unsustainable for a community. This means that about 10,000 students every year are turned out into our community that are really relegated to taking minimum wage jobs. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you that it is more than likely that not one of those individuals will ever be a client of yours. And the sad part is that every year we continue to turn out the same number of students. It impacts your community. It impacts the vibrancy of your business. And it's a sad situation that they will never participate in the American dream of owning a home. You and I, as members of the largest trade association, have a responsibility and an obligation to not sit back and just look at these facts and not do anything about it. We need to stand up as an organization and say we are going to get involved with the school leaders, with the business leaders that are dedicated to try to make a change. And let me just tell you that our ISD principals and superintendents today are focused on changing those outcomes, but they need partnerships. They need organizations like us to say we understand the dire needs and we want to get involved as a catalyst to making a difference. When you have the data that I just talked about, you do not have an environment to attract new businesses to El Paso. We can pass all the bond issues you want. We can have the best weather in the world, but if we don't have an educated, skilled workforce, there is no reason for new companies to come to El Paso. We need to be part of the solution. We need to understand that. Not a matter of pointing fingers, but collaboratively working with our ISDs and the business community to make a difference. It's when you as realtors and your association of over 2,000 members understands what challenges the community has, and that we take on the responsibility of getting engaged to make things better. That is when we bring value that is beyond simply listing and marketing of homes. That, to me, is Realtor Strong. That is my vision. Well, I know that our association offers courses, speakers, and constantly working on bringing new and innovative things to our association and to our membership. My vision is to elevate that to another level because I think we can. I have confidence in you and in our association that we can do that working together. My goal is to set a foundation with your help for an association that not only serves your current needs, but is looking to the future with your help and your input in addressing those needs also. I don't believe that our future rests in simply being competent in selling and marketing homes. In my opinion, that's an old school model. And just like the taxicab business, that is unsustainable. Changes are happening all around us. And we either are at the tip of the spear blazing new trails, or we will be consumed by those that are. Insist that your association be part of the solution. Insist that your association be engaged. Every one of our members ought to know the facts of what they can do to create a better El Paso. We ought to be on every board out there. Our membership is large enough that we need to be on every board out there making a difference for El Paso in a positive way, because we cannot sit back and simply take from El Paso. We need to give back, and I know the Hearts of Realtors is about giving. I know that many of you in this room will grow your business beyond your wildest imagination. I know that you will step up to the plate and you will offer services to your clients that are unbelievable. I know that their experiences are things that they will talk about because I know who realtors are, and I know you will do that. I know that you will become Realtor Strong. And I will end with this quote. Jack Welch said once, there are three kinds of people: those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those that have no idea what happened. I know that each one of you has the capacity to be one of those that makes things happen. And I know that our association has an obligation to provide a platform to ensure that you have all of the tools to enhance the God-given talents that you already have and take them to another level. I thank you, and I look forward to serving you this next year. Thank you so much.
Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel. If you want some of the best information on real estate in El Paso, Texas, make sure to visit teamolivas.com, and welcome to El Paso, Texas.